There is a documented psychological phenomenon where entire populations begin reporting identical perception shifts, time distortion, reality disconnection, and heightened intuition without any external environmental cause. That statement appears in various academic discussions around mass cognition studies and collective behavior anomalies.
A lot of people also think that reality shifting is like something out there, something that happens externally, but it's not like that.
Here's what makes it unsettling. Some researchers and independent analysts have quietly noted that during periods of global crisis, people don't just change their opinions. They begin reporting that reality itself feels different, more vivid, more unstable, almost rewritten. And while mainstream discourse dismisses this as stress response or social contagion, a growing underground narrative claims something else entirely, that humanity is not just changing its mindset. It is shifting timelines, not metaphorically, but experientially. And if you've been feeling like something is off, like yesterday's world no longer matches today's awareness, you may already be inside it. A great awakening. Not coming. Already begun. Before we go deeper, do something simple but powerful. Type in the comments, I am aware. This is not just interaction. It is symbolic participation. Because what you engage with, you begin to notice. And what you notice begins to shape your reality. Let's continue.
You know what I realized lately? Most people think that waking up is these dramatic explosions of light, visions, angels, and downloads. But for most of us, awakening starts quietly.
Something strange is happening across the world. People are waking up not from sleep, but from automatic living. They describe the same sensations. Time feels distorted. Old goals feel meaningless. Relationships shift suddenly. Emotional sensitivity increases. A deep sense that something big is happening. Doctors call it anxiety. Psychologists call it burnout. Sociologists call it cultural instability. But none of these explanations fully capture the experience itself. Because what people are really describing is this: it feels like I stepped into a slightly different version of reality. And this is where the theory of a timeline shift begins, not as fantasy, but as a metaphor for deep psychological and collective transformation. Let's break down the 10 reported signs people associate with this shift. 1. Time feels faster or slower without explanation. Days either vanish or stretch unnaturally. You check the clock, and hours disappear. This isn't just distraction, it's perception distortion. Your internal rhythm no longer matches external time. 2. Old interests suddenly feel empty. Things you once loved feel hollow. Music, relationships, ambitions lose emotional charge. It's not depression in the traditional sense. It feels like a version of you has outgrown the old world. 3. Heightened intuition and knowing. You think of someone and they contact you. You sense outcomes before they happen. Decisions feel instant, not processed. It's as if intuition is replacing logic as the primary navigation system. 4. Emotional intensity increases sharply. Small events feel deeply symbolic. Arguments feel existential. Even ordinary moments feel loaded with meaning. Reality becomes emotionally louder. 5. Sudden life disruptions. Relationships end unexpectedly. Jobs collapse without warning. Plans dissolve effortlessly. It feels chaotic but strangely precise, like something is clearing space. 6. Strong pull toward solitude. You begin to prefer silence over social noise. Not out of sadness but necessity. External stimulation feels overwhelming, almost artificial. 7. Vivid dreams and memory-like sleep states. Dreams feel more real than waking life. You wake up remembering places, conversations, even identities. Some report recurring alternate life experiences in dreams. 8. Heightened awareness of patterns. You start noticing synchronicities, repeating numbers, repeated phrases, uncanny timing of events. It feels like reality is responding instead of randomly occurring. 9. Identity crisis or dissolution. You question who you are not philosophically, but experientially. Old labels stop fitting. You feel like a different consciousness is emerging underneath your personality. 10. A persistent sense of something is coming. Even without evidence, there is a feeling of anticipation. Not fear, not excitement, but knowing without explanation. Like reality is approaching a threshold.